Yes, I know, this is a long overdue installment. I've been busy teaching cinematic language to undergrads, which has taken me away from my post, but now I'm back. Yes, I know, I could have saved myself and them a lot of time by simply pointing them in the direction of Hitchcock, but for variety's sake, I had to consider the work of others. Now, I know that quite a few of these videos have been slanted a bit much toward Hitchcock's American period, so for the next few installments, we're going to rewind a bit further back to his British films. Now, I know Hitchcock left his fans with two versions of The Man Who Knew Too Much to debate over, but there are actually quite a few of his American films which have a counterpart to his British period. For example, North by Northwest shares much in common, obviously, with the 39 Steps, or Frenzy, with its serial killer in London setting, can be said to have roots going all the way back as far as The Lodger. So let's take a closer look at one of the most underrated of Hitchcock's classic British thrillers of the 1930s, Young and Innocent. Now take away that blinking drummer, and take away the bird attacks and the birds, and you've got two films that share quite a lot thematically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? Well, if you take a look at the structural midpoint of Young and Innocent, and one of the key scenes in The Birds, the first scene, in fact, where the bird attacks actually become blatant, and what do you have? You've got a children's birthday party sequence. And what game do they play in both of these birthday party scenes? They play Blind Man's Buff. Now that's Hitchcock's tip-off to the theme shared between Young and Innocent and The Birds. Vision, or more precisely, one's difficulty with their vision. In Young and Innocent, it seems that nearly everyone's vision is impaired or skewed in some way. Naturally, not just in the physical sense. Now, first, the girls on the beach say they saw Tisdale running away from the body of Christine Clay, when clearly he was running to get help. Then, Tisdale's lawyer, Briggs, is unable to see without his glasses.
I've just mislaid my glasses, you know, and I'm quite lost without them. Ask them to delay proceedings for me a little while, will you? I shan't be able to read my notes.
Naturally, Tisdale steals Briggs's glasses in order to make his escape. Now, the suspicious Aunt Margaret, who's naturally, she believes that Erica and Tisdale must be having some kind of illicit affair, she has to literally become blindfolded in order to let the young couple get away.
Where's Erica?
They've gone home. They asked me to say goodbye.
You idiot. Didn't you realize there was something going on between them? She didn't know his name. He didn't know it himself even, really.
Oh, you're exaggerating.
Nothing of the sort. I wanted to find out more about them. If you hadn't made me play Blind Man's Buff.
Now, it's the twitching eyes of the drummer that cause him to be caught in the end, and typical in a Hitchcock film, the police are naturally looking for the wrong man. Even Hitchcock's cameo appearance, here he plays a photographer who could not get a good photograph because everyone keeps blocking his lens. Now, in The Birds, Hitchcock and Evan Hunter punctuated many of the scenes with characters indicating that they see.
Let me see. Oh, I see. Well, I need her exact name, you see. It's a surprise, you see.
I see. Oh, I see.
I see.
But Hitchcock makes it clear that although we often say we see, we don't.
Oh, I see.
And several times before the bird attacks begin, someone actually has to yell, "Look!"
Look! Look!
We're gonna do that.
We can use smoke puffs the way the Army uses them.
Look!
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
Unless he faints of hunger and dies in the field, with rocks pecking at his eyes.
Now, if we look more closely at the children and the children's birthday party scene in Young and Innocent, we find that there's much more to be revealed. Aptly, the music that accompanies the birthday party sequence is Three Blind Mice. But at the party, see how neatly Hitchcock and his writers reverse the roles of the children and the adults.
Why can't you play it now? Come on, we'll play it on our own. Tie up, Uncle.
I don't think so, dear.
Oh, do, and then you can try and catch me.
And in some ways, that's similar to the birthday party scene in The Birds.
Well, maybe I ought to go join the other children.
Now, I've always been fond of Young and Innocent, and in some ways I feel the film shares a connection with Stage Fright, in that it's something of a father-daughter film.
I appreciate you, Father. You and Captain Kidd are my favorite heroes.
Father, don't you think we ought to ask Mr. Tisdale to dinner?
Now, this is a theme that could truly have come to fruition had Hitchcock made No Bail for the Judge in 1960, where Audrey Hepburn was going to play a barrister who has to seek out the help of a con man, to be played by Lawrence Harvey, in order to prove the innocence of her judge father, who's been accused of strangling a prostitute with his club tie.
I say, it's not my club tie, is it?
Yes, this would have predated Frenzy by more than a decade and would have been Hitchcock's first necktie murderer. But that's another story. Until next time, thanks for watching.